Hi students, welcome to this advanced mathematics combined maths video series to this platform. All expected problem in future exams, pure maths, applied maths or additional mathematics, combined mathematics, problem solving through this video series. So please subscribe the newcomers, then you'll reach all type of fantastic exam series, paper league problem or future exam type to your doorstep. Okay, today one applied day for applied maths. I will show alternatively pure applied in format. There is collisions of spheres, so the Goal-Getum dynamics problem. Usually our applied maths paper first question, structured problem, first problem is collision and impact and collision. This also some sort of that. So if you already covered the entire syllabus of collisions, impulsive tension, then you know how to answer this. Anyhow, I try to show maximum explanation of such a linear impact we have along the straight line. Very old days in double maths, that is we learn about the oblique collisions, oblique or the Alagatum, Sarivu Mottal, Sarivana Moduhai. But here we have the straight impact only collision along a straight line. Okay, so here the question says three balls of masses m2m, right? Three masses, three spheres of balls m and 2m are along a straight line, right? Sarala rekha osse nerkodu valiya moondu kolangal. Okay, now what happened, the problem that is there in that thumbnail or the YouTube banner, the masses m2 and the ratio 1:1:2, right? Smooth flow they placed. First two spheres, you know, coefficient of restitution is E1, here the E1 and here the E2, right? So when we are answering such a collision problem, frequently we use two types of equation. There's no any additional forces, external forces. Therefore, principles of momentum should be applied, can be applied, because final momentum equal to initial momentum. Undakapu විදිය දාන්න පුළුවන් ගම්‍යතාවය ආවේග. Other one is famous equation only for math students, Newton's restitution law. Law of restitution, Newton's law. What is that? Separation velocity or separation relative velocity equal to E into coefficient into approaching velocity. Approaching relative velocity. Separation relative velocity equal approaching relative velocity into E, or the ratio is E. Different party use that pattern. Okay, now here three spheres like that, m2m nerkodu waliye sarala rekha tula tiyenawa. Now what they said, the first ball projected towards the second, first ball throwing second one. First one, if I make this is a, first to identify the problem, හරියට ප්‍රශ්න ඉගෙනග මොනවද කියලා තියන්නේ. ABC along a straight line. At the beginning, they projected A intend to collide the B. A, B එක ගැටුම්. First impact between A and B. After that, B and C. Two collisions, okay, no doubt about that. But here after chance එකක් තියෙනවා A and B once again. That's the problem here. Totally three collisions among them. A and B one, B and C another one. Also A and C collide. That means C1 goes to collide A hit the C again. If this is satisfies E2 greater than 2E1 minus 1 over E1 plus 1. Okay. If this is satisfies, show that A collide the C again. already A and B, B and C, A and B once again. So A and B getum dekak තියෙනවා කියලා පෙන්වන්නත් ඕනේ. Okay, we'll see how to start from the beginning. See my method. We take it's use velocity u to collide the B, right? Then write first impact, first collision that been between A and B, right? Between A and B, first collision, okay? So see my picture, how all diagram lassanta draw karla දාන්න ඕනේ. So A moving with velocity u, B is rest. After collision, I take this goes with velocity v1. This is velocity v2. Okay. When they collide, that instantaneous, that impulse there, impulse I say I. Some questions there, they ask impulse. If you regularly follow my video series, I will show all the how to find the impulse, how to find the v1, v2, e, or okay. So here the target about the velocity is the question, main part. If one come and hit the other, its velocity greater than the previous, then only ගහන්න පුළුවන් ඇවිල්ලා. Okay. Therefore මෙතන v1, v2 you have to calculate, right? Find the v1, v2. So apply conservation of momentum, right? Apply conservation of momentum. What is final momentum equal initial momentum? Along that direction, mass into v1 plus here also mass into v2, okay, equal initially mass into u, right? So first equation m cancel, v1 plus v2 equal to u, right? Say number one, v1 plus v2 equal to u. First equation here, v1, v2 unknown, u is known at the beginning, but finally no u, no v in the answer, right? Okay, next my dear student, the formula, Newton's restitution law. Write that, Newton's restitution law. What is that? Velocity of separation, relative separation velocity. This come and hit the B2. Therefore, common sense also, this is a big one, big velocity than this. So relative V2 minus V1, okay, that's equal to E into approaching relative. This is 0, therefore approach only the U, right? That's all. Two pair of simultaneous equations. Solve and find the V1, V2. දෙකම හොයන්න ඕනේ. ரெண்டையும் காணல் வேண்டும். Simple simultaneous type. If I add the both, add 1 and 2, minus V1 plus V1 cancel, 2 times V2 equal. Here take the U out, 1 plus Z, okay. Therefore V2 equal U by 2, 1 plus Z, right? I think E1 here, E1, okay, E1. This is V2 means what? The velocity begins to move by the sphere B. The goal B and වේගය. 1 plus 2. Can I subtract 1 minus 2? Find 1 minus 2. 1 minus 2. Then V2 cancel. 2V1 equal. Here U, E1, you take the U out. 1 minus E1, okay. Therefore V1 answer U by 2, 1 minus E1, okay. V1 equal U by 2, 1 minus E1. First collision over. Next try second impact or second collision between B and C, right? Okay, between B and C. That is different masses also. E2 is the coefficient, right? So my diagram, රූපේ බලමු මේ වගේ. This is B and C impact. B comes with the velocity V2. Dante, C is 0. Okay, C is 0. After collision, I take this is goes by V3 Damuda, make a V4, right? So here also impulse available. I say J. Usually we use the problem IJ kila like integration IJ dana wage. Here coefficient E2, mass is make a M, make a 2M important. So what the problem? Once again refer the question. A, B, C along a straight line. A throw by velocity U. A and B collide, no doubt. B and C now to be collide, no doubt. Another chance A and C, A and B, A and B. Therefore actually C V4 yana වේගය ඕනේ නැහැ. Is it? V4 නම් අවශ්‍ය නැත. V3 enough, okay? You can find as a homework practice when the පොඩ්ඩක් V3, V4 කමන්න නැහැ. The exam part V3 ඇති. Read the problem properly, focus the parts. Okay, right there once again, apply principles of momentum. Principles of momentum here. Final momentum equal to initial momentum. So final M into V3, okay? All same direction, same direction you apply. M into V4 2M, 2M, okay? Equal mass M into V2, right? Final momentum, initial momentum, right? So M cancel lamai. V3 plus 2V4 saman V2 tane chariya munda samanpada, third equation tunwani samikarana, right? Okay, now call once again Newton's restitution law. Apply the Newton's restitution law is what? Velocity of separation here is hit the V4, rush to go දුවගන යනවා ඇති V4 large than V3 relative velocity equal coefficient E2 into approach V2. Okay, that's all applied mathematics. Hereafter full pure maths work lamai, okay? But V4 එපා වේනම් V4 වානම් වේනම් අපිට ඕනේ V3 ඇතිය. So V4 remove කරමුද? Fourth, third equation, subtract fourth equation multiplied by 2, is it? Here 2V4 make us 2 wali multiple කරලා අඩු කරමුද? එතකොට V3 here and minus 2V3 නේද? subtract plus වෙනවා 3V3 ළමයි 3V3, okay? And here V2 minus 2V2. Can I take V2 out? Therefore 1 minus 2E2, the 2E2, okay? Therefore comes find your V3 answer. V3 equal half into not half, one third into. This is unedited video my classroom, how I'm teaching classroom. Similar question I am spread out this YouTube series. So V3, 1/3 V2, yes. What is V2 lamai? U by 2, 1 plus E1. Okay, U by 2, 1 plus E1, okay. Into 1 minus 2E2. 1 minus 2E2. If these parts are clear only, if this comes accurate only, chance for the final solution. Therefore, hariyata balanda see properly. If it's mistake, very difficult. U by 6, na? U by 6, 1 plus E1, 1 minus 2E2, okay? This is the velocity after the second collision of B, sphere B, right? Okay. Now come back, 2 collisions over. Finally, they said there's another collision between what? A and B. See my final parts. This is A, this is B, this is C, right? So here I'm explaining full detailed method. In the exam, you can minimize your steps. So balanda, the A enawa pitipasang, the A coming behind, but the velocity V1 walling enawane, the A comes V1. After second collision, B rushed with V3 and C V5 not found the V4 right? There are so many parts. Find the kinetic energy loss I by 2U plus V. So many formula. I will show all type of problem, all revision type. So please subscribe and follow my this YouTube channel. Then you can get all type of mathematics. අහලා නැති ඒවා දෙකලා තිබ්බට අහලා නෑනේ වගේ අහලා තිබ්බට දෙකලා නෑ වගේ அனைவரும் இதை subscribe பண்ணி அனைவருக்கும் ஷேர் பண்ணுங்கள் தொடர்ந்து வீடியோ வந்து கொண்டிருக்கும். Okay, now write a sentence. If A collide with B, V1 greater than V3 when done in either. If A collide with B once again, or A and B third impact, A and B second impact, V1 should be greater than V3. So apply ඔක්කොම දාගන්න enter. What is V1? U by 2, 1 minus E1, okay? 1 minus E1 greater than what is V3 lamai? U by 6, okay? 1 plus E1 into 1 minus 2E2, okay? See both sides, U cancel, okay? U cancel. Erase this. Now rearrange and see what the problem. Find the E2. See the problem is available in thumbnail. The answer is we will show if this is possible. E2 greater than 2E1 minus 1 over E1 plus 1. This will show. Okay, now simplify. So you cancel. Can I multiply the 6 here? Therefore 3 into 1 minus E1, okay, greater than 1 plus E1 into 1 minus 2E2. Here E1 is positive. There are some notes about the E comes between 0 and 1. If E comes 1, what happened? If E is 0, what happened? So I won't teach the theory part now. Okay. So lamai 3 into 1 minus E1 divide by 1 plus E1. The positive quantity, no change in the unequal part, 2E2. Or otherwise I can rearrange the chi E2 peridu 1 minus 3 into 1 minus E1 over 1 plus E1, right? Pure maths applied over. So therefore 2E2 greater than, you know, the LCM is 1 plus E1. So here 1 plus E1 minus 3 plus 3E1. Okay. Therefore 2E2 greater than lamai 3E1 plus 4E1. 4E1 minus 2 over 1 plus E1. That's 2E2. Therefore divide by 2, 2E1, 2 divide by 2, 1 plus. Nice problem, well balanced question, because now combined maths paper, this question comes structure paper only at the moment. Projectile collisions, pure maths applied paper first question. It's too long part, very good lokui maker. But if you practice such a problem, kisima game manne your future combined maths applied paper structure, no doubt. Okay, we'll see tomorrow with the attractive pure maths revision exam league problem out to paper out questions. Okay, please subscribe and share this. We'll see tomorrow.